Hmm. Hmm. All right. Man, it has been a freaking long time. And this is a very spontaneous, just botched together like setup right now. But man, I was like, I would love to just hop on a stream today. So yeah, if anybody has any ideas of what they would like to see, then have at you. I think it would be really nice to have like a balance between some music production stuff and also just talking about like some audio plugins and stuff. If people are down, yeah. Um, I hope everything sounds okay. I have not tested anything other than just like quickly setting up OBS and like quickly like logging in and like stuff like that, like setting up the mic and setting up like routing for processing. So I hope it doesn't sound too compressed. Let's see. Let me jump to my stream. Let me see what's happening. Testing 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay, cool. So there's one issue already. One is that I think it's using the wrong input. Let's see. It sounds like it's loud. It might be compressed, like the way that it should be. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna just replug my audio because I can hear like. Yeah, it might be like a clicking bad. Let's see if that's fixed. Uh-oh, why low quality? Oh, it's probably the denoising. Hmm. Yeah, this should be fine. Does DAW audio work? Let me reopen that tab. You should actually just keep it open. Oh, I needed to restart Reaper because it's not grabbing the audio. I mean the MIDI. Oh. Hello? Okay, that was a weird glitch. Hopefully that doesn't happen every time I open a window or close a window or something. Do we have MIDI? We have MIDI. Yo, Sound Killer, how's it going? I'm doing pretty good. Just doing a little bit of a very random, just all of a sudden stream for like a very not very long time. I have not made that many sounds. I've kind of just been messing around with like learning stuff again, like from scratch. I like super burnt out on like doing sound design stuff. However, I have been working on some music. And in there I've done a little bit of sound design, like here and there. I kind of realized like I tend to make like the same bass sounds. So I'm trying this year to just kind of own my skills and get better at like making more things, because I got hit pretty hard, not being able to like be super diverse, I guess. So yeah. Yeah, sure. I can pull some up. I might not be able to add like the vocals because it is kind of like a bootleg thing. I can show one thing that I was working on recently. So I had a day where I decided to kind of like just record my piano. Because my family has a piano, and I decided to like yank out the mics and like try and get stuff like written down and figured out. So yeah, this is what that sounds like.
Red and gold now fills my tired eyes, as tiny papers in the autumn skies fall like rain. And all the whispers of yesterday's tomorrows are moving today. Now after all the leaves have fallen, the turning points have shattered. They'll leave me rather shaken. As my options have tottered, I feel my mind's quick and brazen.
Yeah. So yeah, I played all of this from start to end. Like wrote the entire thing I think like last year. But I kind of modified like the rhythm and feel of everything to kind of sit together nicely. Yeah, I'm not used to playing on this piano, so I might mess up a lot of things. Yeah. What? do we do? Let's look. Yeah, so this was the one thing that I worked on. The other thing that I kind of spent some time on was I rewrote like an old song of mine. What was the name? It's over. Here. Yeah, so this is a really old song of mine that I did in Ableton. And a lot of the timing was kind of messed up. So I went in and just kind of like rendered everything out and just kind of switched out the drums. These drums aren't like the ones that should be in here yet. I need to play around and figure out like which types of samples I actually want to use for this, or what designs I could try and figure out for this in the future. So yeah. Also, how's stream volume? Is everything okay? Yeah, like over here, there's like a lead missing right now that I need to refill, and it's like super thin in some parts. But yeah, I always really love this idea of like the intro bass, like the sound in the beginning is I think it was like part Reese, and then the other part, the very high like raspy sound you get from the top, I think was like a drum sample that was just kind of stretched out. So that's how that kind of worked. Yeah, like the sound. Yeah. Yeah. Lots of fun little goods. Yeah. But yeah, I thought it would be really interesting to make something on stream tonight, maybe in like an hour, if we can, and see if we can get somewhere. So, I think let's write something in the key of F. Hmm. 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 Yeah, let's try like either of those two ideas. I think it could be cool. Okay, so let's move this a little later. A little eager. And then I think it's quantized to 16, but not all the way. I can hear the buffer size being really bad. Let's quickly tune that. Come here. Come here, flex. Flex 128. Save as default. Close. Okay. Merge that. Take this away. To about there. And then this is a little much. Let's see. Do this, just so it doesn't ring out forever at the end. And then I think let's grab the addictive keys, and we could probably make it be really stabby, kind of like what they do in the what was that genre's name? Is it I think they do this a lot in the future bass stuff, but there's also like a I think this is really popular in hyperpop. So what you do is you take your piano sound, you take the volume, boop, take your release all the way down. That's not release. That's release. Go away. Yeah, and then if you take this down and remove all of the hold, just like that. Then from here you can like make everything really compressed, and then also if you take your chords and just quantize them all the way, and then just make them really stabby. Got some reverb going on, so this is too short. Sorry. Let's make these at the start just that. Longer. 3. I think it duplicates, yeah. And then to get like a really cute sound, you can go to the pitch and just shift up the... shift up the formant. Okay, so we still don't have a bass line. And I don't want it to just be the fundamental notes. I actually do want it to be different than just meep, 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 meep. So... another thing we can do here is if we take Shaperbox, we can feed it the MIDI from the piano and then set it to -6 like this, and then boost by 6, and then you can accentuate the transients by using the MIDI. It works for this sound because we don't have any tails, so... let's make some drums with decent sampler. Not decent sampler. What was the thing's name? Emergent drums. I imported some of my like really old drum samples into this, and just like variated them very slightly. Where are you? Because that's not my snare. Where are my snare? It's these imported ones. Yeah, this is like hi-hat, but very randomly like regenerated. Old kick. If we go here, we can build this. So actually it's in here. This guy, go here, go to build 16 channels, but actually we want the multi-channel routing because we want the audio. So go to the audio routing. If we put our MIDI on this track, then it will play out of these tracks in the bottom. It's kind of like Ableton's like multi-out feature. Excuse me, I don't know what's happening to my voice. Let's see. I don't like the length of this. Let's just go release. Yeah, that's fine. Quarter note. Let's make that. We can just keep this for now, and then we can vary it later. Yeah, sure, that's not bad. The tail is a little long on this. So let's do that, and then also bring down the release a little bit. And then to make it not have like weird volume, because it like just ramps down all the way, we can use a kilohertz limiter, because the kilohertz limiter doesn't distort the, well, anything about the waveform really. There is a little bit of saturation because it does change the waveform slightly, but it's like very soft, and it generally works pretty well for just making things loud. The Ableton limiter is like really similar to the kilohertz one. Also, I'm realizing our multi-out is not on, so we'll need to set this output routing to multi. There we go. Now we'll see our snare. Let's rename it to DR SR or SN. Yeah, sure. And then this one is DRK. Just so we are sort of organized. This is our hat. DR hat. And that's right. Actually, limiter. You can actually both get the limiter. And this is not the kick. This is the kick. Oops. I do think that is the second kick, though. Yeah, okay, so that's fine. We can just call this K2. And then call this K1. And then put limiter on there as well. So if we look at the oscilloscope of this, then you'll see that you can actually maximize the waveform quite well with just the kilohertz limiter alone. Oh, I didn't know the metronome was still on. So we have that. If we push this now with, I'm gonna make this not blow our ears out, so let's just do 6. So anything will be like around here, but you'll see it just flatline. Yeah, so it flatlines it really nicely, but it doesn't like change that much of the waveform, other than just making these cycles go all the way to the maximum, which is really nice. You can get really, really loud kicks this way. And they usually sidechain pretty nicely too if you use ring mod sidechaining for the overall like compression. Or if you use compression. Or if you use gating. Gating is usually a little better, though you need a little bit of look ahead to not have the release fade into the next section, usually. The look ahead just moves the envelope earlier so that you have the release like on the tail of the kick. Yeah, okay, so back to this. So if we go to the snare and we zoom out, then we can now maximize our snare to have the same loudness as the kick, but also just be kind of full. Oh, sorry. Yeah, kind of like that. So our entire like waveform is already like full, but we're just like trailing everything off after that. I would like this to have like a tiny amount of more tail because I can see it just like dies here. To do that, we could actually just do that. Yeah, okay. We can just fine tune that to not die away too fast. Yeah, sweet. I like that it fades out here. I don't know that it does, but it makes sense. And then the last thing is our kick lacks transient. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put slap on this. And I am going to import our own little transient sound. Let's see if we can make a nice transient sound. So let's go grab, could probably grab this guy, go to our envelope, just yank it down. However, I did discover that if you use the LFO and do this shape instead, where this one is at the start, then you get a bit of a better response, where the one over here on the envelope, generally, even if it's at 0, there will be like one cycle at really high frequencies where you have a little bit of attack. Although I haven't tried this with the ultra mode, which possibly does change the bin size of serums, like the speed at which it changes the controls. I forgot what you call that. It has to do with the block size, and then there's another one, like it's the control version of that. Current has like the option to change that over here. So if you go to advanced, Then go to internal block size. You can make that really small, and you can make the engine control rate like really fast, and then it responds really quickly. But current has a small bug where if the attack is anything but 0, then it will have like a longer attack than 0. Like it will not have this attack on stuff like pitch for some reason. I've been meaning to kind of report that, but yeah. So with that knowledge, let's go and just put this on, if I can do it, onto the global main tuning as we always do. So we get a nice fast guy. It just clicks down. Make this guy nice and short. Generally kick transients are a little bit around like 10 milliseconds. Like anywhere between 3 and 10. You can chop them as you need. I like 10 because it gives you a little bit more meat to work with. And then we can look at our span over here. And then if we, I think I'm not routed to the right thing. So if we look at this, we go to our loud mixing span, which is pretty fast. That's not low enough though. Who's my other guy? I have like so many spans in here just for this reason. This guy. Yeah. So you can see that right now we're going full spectrum. We don't want that. We just kind of want to be here at this top area. And then also we'll need to disable key tracking. And then to control the main tuning, because it's a little annoying sometimes, you can just set this as fixed, go to here, set the main tuning, and then go like that. Of course, this does change the resolution that you get, because you only have about like 50% to 100% but between these two knobs to actually have resolution before it just creates like a really high sine wave. Yeah, so the very first like beginning of the sound is just like super high sine. If we go here and go MIDI and set it to actually trigger from the MIDI from Serum, because this guy is on. Why aren't you getting MIDI? Let's just merge you. Do the workaround. There we go. Yeah, you can just see like the very start of the waveform is just very high sine wave for like a certain amount of cycles, and then it just pitches down the way we actually want it to do. So a good compromise is just getting this to a point where it just does the cycle change without adding any more cycles, which is usually around 50%. And then you can set either this is the oscillator pitch for like coarse, which should be the same. And then you do main tuning here, or you do it the opposite way where you just tune one of the oscillators up. And then you just put this all on a macro. It just kind of depends on what you need. So let's do that, and then let's do 2 milliseconds of decay, just so this doesn't click. So let's do that. Let's grab our span. And then we can set our pitch to kind of aim specifically to this like 1K to 6K range. I'm gonna put them down here. So let's go for like small range like that, and then let's push our pitch up. Yeah, something like that. Oh, no, it's fine. We're using envelope right now. So, yeah, this is fine. If we switch this out for the LFO, you'll see like the very beginning of the waveform does change a little bit. We can probably like A/B it. So let's go here. Let's do envelope 2, and then let's go over here and set this to oscillator A course pitch, what's this range? 26. 26, and then we bypass 1. We could just put macros and invert. Let's just do that. That's much nicer. Invert, macro. Oh, no. That is incorrect. We need to actually flip the one for the other. So let's go here. Wait, but that doesn't make sense. Because if this is flipped, oh, no, I understand what's happening. Yeah, okay. We don't flip there. I think we need to flip over here. Otherwise, we need to flip the post because it's actually supposed to be after the macro. Yeah, because now we're just going up. Yeah, it's been a while. Invert should be doing this. And it is. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a while. I haven't done like dry wet like this in a while. So we'll do it the other way. The way that I initially said, where we just bypass one for the other. Sure. So pull this down, or we can just click that now. Oh! I'm very silly here. The envelope was way too slow, so it was just hanging at the top. Oh yeah, that's totally true. Yeah, if you don't want the cycle in the beginning to be stolen, you can just use curve. That's so true. Something in Serum 2 that I found very interesting is that you can move this position, but it doesn't change anything. As far as I've noticed, I haven't done any patches with attack, like actually doing that. Maybe it does work, but I have not like noticed anything yet. Let's see on this guy. Oh, it does. However, it doesn't fix the first cycle being like delayed for the automation. Yeah. Let's pull this down, pull this guy up. We'll do the LFO instead. I do enjoy being able to actually add more points as well. We can do that, and let's do square-ish. Or actually, we can transition from sine, because I like how dark the sine starts, and then add harmonics as we go. So, do I want to use basic? Yeah, let's just do it. Hello, Reaper users! Hello, Reaper users. How's it going, Mr. Grease? Mr. Sab? Having a quick stream before the end of the day. Let's just do tube, honestly. The texture isn't that different from just going to square. Let's do that. Zero attack. Except, let's use LFO. And then opposite direction, we can do that in here. We can actually do that in here this time. Not with that, though. With this guy. Again, I reiterate, it's been a while. Beep, beep, beep. He slept very little, but he has won. Sweet. All good, man. Okay, let's grab our shaper box again and see if we can check the level. So we want this to be at 6 because our kick's at 6. I might actually go faster on the speed. So let's do, instead of 10, let's do 5. And a nice short guy. And then to get the right time for this, there was a way to make this guy small. I don't remember right now, so I'm just gonna manually get him there. So this period of time, if you set this all the way up, is 10 milliseconds. And if you use half of that, you have 5 milliseconds. So we're right on there. If we wanted to be precise, we could just go 1 more or 2 more, and then we're on 7. Except we can set this to 10, and then it actually is accurate to time. So 6, 7. Yeah, something like that. And then we can rotate the phase if we want. I kind of think it sounds best at the crossover right now. I do wish we could zoom in a little more in Shaperbox. I wish that Shaperbox and SciScope could like merge and like have a baby. Because I love how in SciScope you can zoom in all the way to like the individual samples, but I like how you can MIDI trigger inside of in Shaperbox, and it's like super accurate. The audio trigger as well. Yeah, okay, so I'm just also gonna save this guy over here. Stream 01. And the kick is too rumbly. You know what? Let's keep him the same. I have tried Signalizer for that. I don't think you can do MIDI triggering in Signalizer, to my knowledge. I know you can do it for the pitch, I think. But I haven't gotten it to trigger for transients using the MIDI trigger. I do know the Vision has that, but it generally doesn't work for me. I don't know. It's like right here, and it should just work. And we should be able to zoom in. Well, we can't zoom in all the way either in this. Yeah. Although we can probably just change our multiplier. Get it like pretty close. Actually, not the multiplier, the factor. And then the multiplier. Oh, no, it just gives you the same resolution. Heh. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, no, I remember what was the thing for me with this. I think it does trigger with the trigger. I'm going to put it on the actual thing so we actually do see it happening. With this guy. Yeah, so it does trigger, but you can't, it doesn't freeze it after you let go. Like after it like triggers for the first time, it just like keeps running. Which I never figured out how to make it freeze. I don't think it can. Maybe it can, I don't know. But yeah, so far I've just been using Shaperbox for this like usage. Like it gets close enough that it's like okay, but I would like to go a little bit more deep. And like stuff like Sub Ninja is super great for like looking at the individual cycles and finding like the pitch and stuff, but it doesn't have MIDI triggering either, I think. Just sidechain inputs. Yeah. Yeah. So. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'd actually really love to look at that. Like, I have Signalizer installed. I used a bunch. I love the cycle mode. That's like super similar. Well, this was first, but the way that it does the same thing that Minimeters does, or that Minimeters does the same thing that this does, because this was open source. I assume maybe the Minimeters dev direct like got the idea from this. Maybe not. Maybe he was just really smart and like figured it out on his own, which is also super cool. I guess we can do zero crossing. And envelope seems to kind of work. But it doesn't seem to have like MIDI triggering. Do you? Trigger custom? That's just for the hertz though. Window rolls. This is fine though. Maybe. Zero. Ah, shift. Yeah, this could work. Yeah, thanks. This is cool. I'm not sure, like, I guess I could also just turn on the window, huh? Yeah. Yeah, that works actually really great. It's not bad. Yeah, thanks. That's really cool. Okay, cool. New tool. Okay. So right. Kick. Limiter. If we use kilohertz limiter on this, we can get this like upwards like shape to go away. So really short, because this is so high in frequency, it doesn't really matter. And it should. Yeah, there we go. It was just not set to -6. We can just boost all the way. It's fine. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's render this guy. Just do any note. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter what area. We're just going to trim it. Also, it's not stereo, so it wouldn't make sense to render it that way. And then we can use this and then go here. So this trims everything below 144. I might do 120. Oh, but why does it have the beginning? That doesn't make sense. Oh well. You can just go in. We grab this guy in the first sample, except we need to set our snap to samples rate. There we go. Do that. Get this guy nice and short. Let's I generally like trimming it like this, but for some reason the with this output, it just is so noisy on the noise floor. Why? I guess we did boost the noise floor by 20 dB. So what if we do -60? Nope. It's fine. Let's just zoom way in. Yeah, our last guy is actually Like probably around here. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Oop, no time selection, thank you. Get that guy. Zoom back out. And then we have a transient. So let's grab this guy, put him on our slap. Boop, go here, go in there. Boop. And now our kick has a replaced transient. And we can also archive our transient. Go away. I'm not actually going to archive it. I'm just going to mute it in the bottom of the track because it's so lightweight, it does not matter. Okay. No trim, no gain, no nothing. Don't do anything. By the way, the clipping on this actually does stuff. So does the other plugins. As soon as this opens. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Every time I say that, I think of the dog from the Adult Swim post. Yeah. Also, our transient might need to be aligned. Not a problem. Oscilloscope. I'm just gonna do this because I don't want to pull up the window and set the settings immediately for the other guy. Also, I'm so used to this. So I will switch to the other guy. I just need to build up the muscle memory. Let's go. 8th. Ew, it skips him. That's annoying. Oh, but it does take the MIDI. That's actually really convenient. No. Does it? No, it doesn't. Here. Ah! Okay. Okay, our kick is like super short right now. That might be fitting though. Oh. That's not cool. Let's not do slap actually. Oops. Let's just grab this guy one more time. I'm so sorry. While I love slap, and I do think it is awesome, sometimes just using a sampler can give you the accuracy that you need. That's what I'm gonna do right now. Limit this guy, which has already been limited. I mean, I'm gonna glue this guy, and then let's go over here, and let's just go Reassemblomatic, the very, very, very bright white plugin. Where are you? You, in there. Go. I feel like most of the streams just like, oh yeah, this is how transient. Okay. Okay, this guy, you are so loud, but you sound fantastic because now you'll always be in time. Yep. 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 We can mitigate the issue that we have from the kick if I knew how to use the MIDI filter in Reaper, but I don't, so I won't. So I will just do the convoluted way of going MIDI channel 1, or actually MIDI channel 2, because everything goes to MIDI channel 1, and just cut all the kicks and paste them on MIDI channel 2. MIDI channel 2. This is so much effort just to get our transient in there. Ba-doo-doo-doo, how you looking? You're fine. You're not fine. Because you expect MIDI channel 1 over here. MIDI channel 2 No? 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 But why? Oh. No, I don't understand. Why? Why are you not triggering? That's annoying. What do we do? Because it should be triggering on MIDI channel 2, because it's getting it from bus 1 over here. And then over here, this guy's sending. He's sending 2. He's sending channel 2 to all. Oh, but we're expecting MIDI channel 2 over there. And then it's still not receiving the right channel. Why? Let's investigate. MIDI log. Give me the log. No MIDI. At all. This guy? I wish I could zoom in. Yeah, it's just the event list. This is quite confusing. I do not understand why you're not sending any MIDI. It's not like we're sending back to anything, right? Because that is a thing in Reaper where if you send back to the same track that you're receiving from, and you try to send MIDI through that track, it will not actually send MIDI through. And it's very annoying. Let's do all and go to 2. So all to 2 works. But 2 to 2 does not work. 2 to 2. 2 to 2. Maybe the MIDI is actually getting messed up because it's going through emergent drums and not getting a merge. What if we merge? No. I totally do not understand why you're not. Oh, no, I totally do understand. Because we did not filter. Maybe? Right? Yeah! Okay! Okay! I totally get it. If you press Control F2, you will see that the MIDI channel is 2 now. If I undo to before we filtered, and I do Control F2, I believe that we were on channel 1. That is so true. Okay. We have solved it. It is because it was the wrong channel. My bad. That took way too long. Okay, we are finally here. Okay, let's turn down this thing, because holy crap, it is so loud. You, my friend, now have a new transient. We can change the start time. And we can also add disperser right before our new sample and get our transient right in there. If we set this to 4, we can shift our sub. If we wanted to do it this way. This obviously does create the pew sound at the beginning, but our kick is so low, for like most of it, it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is a nice shape to kind of be at. So let's park ourselves there and let's continue with the writing. Man, that was a sideline, right? I'm actually like perplexed that that was the thing that was like pulling us back. If I just pressed Control F2, we would have like easily seen that already. My bad. And then I think we can get some like synth stuff in here now. That's allowed. Randomize my detune, randomize my pan, randomize my detune and my pan. Nair. Yeah, sure. Not really the vibe. Also, maybe not quite the vibe. It's mainly this guy, actually. Just go back to our previous guy and just pull this guy down a little bit. And this guy can come up a lot in volume. So something cool is that in Pro L2, if you push this really hard, then the very like tops of your signal, this guy, there we go. So the very tops of your signal gets like clipped pretty hard until you pull up your look ahead, then it becomes nice and soft. So you can actually push many signals like quite loud and just play with the attack and look ahead and get like a dry wet distortion type sound. I'm not quite sure why it's still peaking. It's after the limiter. Hello? Oh, no, I totally understand why this is happening. You need to be over here. And then you come over here. There we go. Yep, okay. Also, this is a thing. So MIDI does not get compensated in Reaper when it goes down the chain. So if you have latency plugins like this, and you have a MIDI thing over here, then it will be delayed in the trigger. But you can always compensate for it by just moving either the envelope for like the different thing, just have some attack. Or just have less look ahead on the thing that you actually want to use. Or the other method is to just actually delay the MIDI. I do believe you can do that in line because Reaper just has MIDI tools. I'm not sure if it actually has. No? No, maybe it does. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it just does. Yeah, we can just actually just compensate for it by putting this guy on here. What's our look at? There's actually 2, but doesn't look like 2. I think it's because DSM also has like a tiny amount of latency. Piano! There you go. What's going on, man? And then also, let's... I like this, but there's one resonant frequency in there. Not used to the new movements. I'm hearing I'm gonna put this before the restream so you guys can hear. Around here. Also, this is Prism. You can hold control and then make a sine wave. That's pretty much all I use it for, other than the oscilloscope. Yeah, the spectrum. Yeah, so I hear that in this guy. So let's pull this out. It's 3.5. Also this guy. We don't have sidechaining. Let's group our drums. Let's go DR. Let's put this up there. Oop. Let's put this up there. And then let's group these guys together, make the new track, put that on there, put this kick start on there. Damn, I typed it wrong. You and there. I don't care about the update right now. MIDI. We grab the MIDI. We want channels. Whoop, bop. Not like this. It's going there. This guy, you want the MIDI. Want the audio. Although the audio is also nice because then we can see. So we want channel 1. But actually we want channel 2. I was thinking like if we have channel 1 we could get kick and snare, but then we need to put snare on channel 3 or something and then also route to this with channel 3 and yeah. Bum 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 bum. That's also limit. And also that, but then lower. this can't be this way. It needs to actually just do lows up here. Let's make another guy. You just do the top end like that. And then I'm not too huge of a fan of the fundamental of this. Nope. We just need bass. Let's just do that. I'm just gonna do the simple guy. Earlier we did like actually like type things out. Like I think I played like oh, we're not routed. That's not the right channel. Play something like that, but yes, swung rhythm, my favorite thing to do in Reaper. Smile, 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 smile. No, it's fine. Groove tool, groove tool, groove tool, groove tool. But first, we should actually probably write this first before we use groove tool, because groove tool applies the groove immediately. It's not like the Ableton swing or the FL swing where you can kind of do it in real time. Yeah. That's nicer. Let's do G, this guy velocity. We could probably have some little ghost notes guys in here doing that. That guy. This little gap might be nice as turnaround. Maybe the second time we'll go around. But for this guy, we do need to have that, and then for this, we could probably just have like bum bum at the end. And change these later. Whoop. Oh, what if we did... No, harmonically that doesn't work at all. Yeah, let's just grab the guy. You can always variate him later. Not you. You. Then octave down. I will do it, and I'll do it now. Audio. I don't want to mess with MIDI right now, so. This guy. And it could use like a little bit of space reverb which I like to do on a send. Send right? It did send right. Okay, this guy. You. All the way wet. No volume. You. All the way wet. A little bit higher. A little bit lower. You. I don't know. Let's do non-linear haul. You. All the way wet. No volume. So we just have mid. Yeah. Something like that. And then we just go boop. Boop. Shkoop-da-bop. Beep. Wah. Yeah. Let's do lead. That's the wrong guy. This is the lead. Oh, some Mixolydian action? No, that's not Mixolydian. What am I saying? Isn't that Dorian? No, that's major. Except... I think that's Dorian. Yeah, that is major. You're right! How could I mistake Dorian for major? When they're two peas in a pod. Two paws in a pea. Wait, don't quote that. Needs reverb, needs delay, needs more, needs chorus, needs everything. Let's do cluster. Let's do Valhalla. 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 EQ. Go, EQ. Oh, it's actually so nice just being able to just grab and click and drag. I'm so used to double clicking in this little square. I guess you kind of still need to do that sometimes. But where's the... Down here? How do you high pass now again? Because sometimes you do need another high pass. Oh, it's like way down there. Okay. I see you, FabFilter. I see you. Is it anywhere? Oh, it's anywhere. This entire square is just high pass. Or like at a certain point, I guess it just becomes low pass. Oh, in the middle it's notch. Wow. That's so different. I'm not used to this at all. Okay. I'm probably not even gonna do that. Nope. Nope. Yup. This guy. Up. Low. Low. Probably do 16th. Yeah, something like that. A little bit split. Nice and wide. This guy, you get some phase modulation. Except we're gonna go ba 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 ba. You phase rotation. Not on the fundamental though. You're at 50%. My mistake. Doot dot. You. I actually should just do this where I copy you, except I have no freaking idea how to do that in Serum 2. Okay. We'll forgo that for now for the sake of time. How is everybody doing? Are you enjoying the stream? How is the weather? How is your dog? How is your cat? Do you have a cat? Have you seen your dog? What color is your dog? These are the questions that I ask my chat. Very good, Skipper. The weather is 20 Celsius. Ah, very nice. Yeah, we're gonna do something like that probably. Hey, Offset. Hi. Welcome to the stream. Yeah. I have a YouTube channel that I never use, but has 500 subscribers-ish, maybe, for some reason. Probably because of the snare tutorial that I did so many long time ago. I need the metronome now, actually. I hear everything just cry, because this is probably... Well, this is not even doing much. More sample size. More sample size for my flex. Oh, actually, I know exactly what's happening. We are mixing and matching our drivers, and it is messing up because of that. Oh, that's so true. You are not set to mono. Let's actually record that line. Nope. And it is not actually mixing and matching, it is actually the log size. This is so sad. No, it didn't save it. Why? Go away. Go away, I say. I say go away, go away. Green eggs and ham. Be gone. Fine. I will choose another driver that is less buggy than Focusrite. You actually can set this to none. I am just being very silly. Oh. Well, that's good. We can get this window out of here for now. And let's actually record the part. And no recording. I'm getting like the jitters. This is really bad. Meh. It's just simple notes, man. Yeah, we can finesse that later. Actually, you know what? We're gonna finesse it now. What am I doing? Where is my rhythm? What am I doing? Eh? Pitch bend? Hello? Okay. Yeah. Whatever. Should actually just use this guy. Right, you gotta go to here. Except now you're way late. New. You really like the glissando? That's okay. We will do a glissando, just not that glissando. We'll do it like this. Go here, go this guy. We're in F minor. Except we're using different notes because of the lead. Maybe. But now we can just go. There you go. This guy. Actually, I don't want to kill all of it. I just want you to actually make sense. He liked the glissando that was accidentally in the wrong key, of course. He liked the C major scale. Like, near. Okay, sure. Let's do it, Hugo. Why not? Just have him here. He can hang out. He can jam. Yeah, I just took my toy car and just went near. There he goes. He's gone. Oh, but actually, where is this guy? Hello? Oh, it's because it's two different items. Well, takes. Yeah. I don't like... Maybe if we start on... Is that hard to do? No, it's not hard to do. What would be hard to do is moving each of these guys. Because he needs to... You make a little gap every time. Nah. Okay. I thought it might be interesting if it had like little gaps, but he just doesn't. I think you... Yeah, you hear that. Wow, you're so late. This can also be... No. this can repeat, but then an octave lower. For the time being. Let's grab it like this. Let's go one. Is that right? No. Okay, different key, because this is getting really annoying now. Bum bum bum. Ooh. This goes up 2, I think. Nope. Maybe if you come from below. Nope, like that. Sorry. This needs like really nice arpeggio now. Let's do you. Can I play you? Yeah, that. It's just G sharp major 7. Nope, that's just G major. G sharp major. We can do a little bit of gating. A little bit of gating, a little bit of release. It's not gonna be this low. And it needs to go up and down. Up and down. What? No. Ew. I always select the second guy instead of the first guy. Nope. Yeah. Can we just... Yeah, I guess we could do that. We could just change the fundamental of the G major chord. Also, we might actually be able to get it away. No, because we're using the top note. I was like, we could cheat by just having like this go up an octave. Then I don't need to make the stack. Like if you look at the keyboard, this is what I'm pressing. Well, you see the arpeggio, but yeah. Let's just see that. I'm just gonna go step mode. There we go. There it is. Eh? No. That's wrong. Oh, because key snap was on. Could you just not mute the note for a sec? Or G sharp major now. I mean G sharp minor now. Yep. Okay. If this was a key I write a lot in, I would just go meh, that one. But I don't. Because I want one of... I think we can add that guy in. Nope. That's just a 3 octave. Yeah, we could probably just do root key major, like minor. Root key minor, sure. And then let's do a little bit of ping pong. Ping pong. Not that guy, this guy. Ping pong. this not as thick, we can reduce the fundamental a little bit. I need to find... Can we do this with high pass? I almost feel like high pass is extremely sharp. Is it? Let's do high pass with macro, high pass with macro. I think this is the width. Bum, bum. You will not tell me, so I will experiment. Oh yeah, so it was just super gentle, and then... Different key. Go to one I know. Go to E. We were on F. Go one down. This guy can get some rasp. So let's route you there. Go over here. Go over here. Go over here. Was it up or was it down? It's up. So what we just did is we routed a ring mod, essentially. Like we're taking the amplitude of the oscillator and then mapping it here. And then every time that the waveform is maximized, it'll be nothing. And then every time it's at its minimum, it should maximize. So nothing becomes something and something becomes nothing, essentially. That's essentially how that should work. Oh, but we're using multiple voices. So actually we should do this from the sub oscillator. Sub over there, this over here, that, this, that. Eh? Excuse me? Am I missing something? Oh. Oh, it was bugged. Awesome. Well, now we can actually look at if that's true. I always get confused between one or the other. It should be right. Go MIDI, this guy, pitch. This guy, come back. This guy, pitch. -1 octave. Nope, it's the other way around. Take this guy. Wah, wah. Oh, that actually makes sense. Because, like, if you look at the linear curve, it's like 0, 1. But you actually want 1 to be in the middle. Right? Let's look. Yeah, that looks right. Notice it becomes more like a sign at the top and bottom. It should be silent though, at the minimums. Why isn't it? Let's just do this. Yeah, there we go. We have noise on our crossovers. And then to make that sound good, we add a little bit of distortion on. A little bit of overdrive. Add overdrive over there. Put some filter. Now nice filter. Nice filter right here. Diffuser. Stages. Man, it's thick. Maybe a little too thick. Oh, we didn't go to E. Not sure how I feel about it changing so much with the distortion. I might actually just do tube. Yeah, that's more uniform, and then we can, to get like a similar effect, we can grab our EQ and then just go in the beginning and go boost the sub. We also should probably sidechain the snare. You get a new channel. This is our snare. Okay, let's check what our sidechaining is doing right now, because I have a feeling that our attack is not quite right with the kickstart at the moment. I would like to have like a tiny gap just before. So let's add another size scope right here. And then also add another size scope on the kick and snare. And then it might complain about the ID. It didn't. That's surprising. This one. Where are you? Are you on the ducking bus? You are on the ducking bus. Very good. Let's call you duck. Make you gray. I mean, cream colored. This is pre-duck. Now we can layer them, and also the lead is a little loud in some ranges. messy like this. I don't like that it's doing this because it actually messes with this very start like range of both the snare and the kick. And it's quite annoying that it does that. So, to fix that, you can use mutility with the handy dandy look ahead trick. I'm going to just pull up the preset because I have linked 2 knobs, but it's so super simple to do. So you have a normal delay, which just is nothing, it's just millisecond delay. Then on the second guy, you report the latency. And what this does is that when you report as latency, everything else in the project gets delayed. When you report, like, just give delay, only that track gets delayed. So this essentially says all the other tracks, other than like this, just like move them later. Oh yeah, the stream will, like, the VOD will be up for the stream. It should be. Like, I set that like years ago, so it should just do it. But yeah, so like if you have a delay, you put this delay right at the beginning, so you're just delaying your original signal. Then you say like everything else in the project get delayed. But after doing your processing, so essentially it works like this. I'm gonna pull up like a visual representation to make this a little bit more simpler to see. So like if we take an envelope like this, I'm just gonna you see that, go there, go up. So very rudimentary, just like what we're essentially doing is if we have a kick like this and our envelope, right, is late for whatever reason, then if we add the delay, we're essentially moving this guy. But as soon as we do that, all our other tracks, like the snares and like all these at the top, which are not in this group, get desynced from each other, which is normal, right? Because you're just moving the signal up. But you're not moving the processing time at all. So if you do the report latency after the fact, then this still doesn't move. If you did the report latency first, then the processing would also move in that stage. So yeah, this is essentially what this entire trick does. If you... I'm just gonna grab another random sample. Let's grab like... I have another drum. Just give me a drum. Drum. This guy, hat. Yeah, sure. Yeah, so it's like this. If your kick and your snare, or your kick and your hat, whatever sound is synced, you do this delay, then we move up by 7 milliseconds. Then when you do this delay, then you move everything else. That's all that this trick does. Every DAW does this pretty well. Even Ableton reports this pretty well. It does struggle in some situations where you route one track to the other, though. And that's kind of like something that I'm testing at the moment as well, like for all DAWs, because I haven't tested sidechain routing all that deep yet. But for most processing, like delaying the signal first and then reporting latency just kind of works across the board. So yeah. Now you can see we got little gaps. What also happened is that our release in the processing did not change its time, so it's going to be a little bit earlier too. So it's something to keep in mind. But now essentially we can just add like the smallest amount, maybe like 1. Also, I think I need to do it on this guy. Yeah, because otherwise they desync. This is the controller, this is just the follower. So now, yeah, can even measure this, get it like precise if we want. Another like 0.4. So 1.4. And now with that, like, we'll need to stop playback and then reintroduce playback every time we mess with this delay. So if I bypass this, and then enable. Oh, oops. I accidentally press Control N, made new project. It's fine, it's saved. I have backups too if anything happens. Nothing will eat my progress. Arr, arr, arr. Yeah, you get it. Like the transients are just like a lot more like secluded now, so we get a lot more hit out of our drums. Oh, cool. No problem, Maven. Have a good sleep and take it easy. Yeah. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. You know? Okay, next section. Let's do a funny chord. I want the piano. You. Oh, I'm not used to this key. Let's just go back to F for just a moment. What will we do here? Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's go there. Let's go live there for a while. Do 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 do. Step mode. Wait. I have a different. We could go there. +4. So major. Yeah. Is that D? Eh. Yeah, okay. I have an idea. I don't think we can use the space. It needs to be more plucky. So let's do that. Bum bada bum 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 bada bum 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 bum. Yeah, no. We need to do this after. Right, like that amount, and then do after this, we have our filter. And then we could do like a really classy. Well, classy? Old school? I guess old school is better to describe this. Just like, wait. Go boop, bop, skibidi bop. Go lower for a while. Yeah, more or less. Everything is late. You should be earlier. That's all is late. Yep. Hmm. All right. I think this is where I am going to call the stream for now. Thank you all who came and hung out. It was really cool. And hopefully we can do this more frequently. More frequently than in the past, where I say, oh yeah, we can do this more frequently. Like I actually have like a schedule planned, and there's like a lot of things that I have planned to like show in terms of like if anybody wants tutorials to like understand things, or if anybody has advice or stuff, that'd be really cool. But yeah, hope everyone has a wonderful morning, midday, or evening, wherever you are. And yeah, thank you so much for just tuning in and just being a part of the stream. I hope everyone has a lovely, 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 lovely time. Take it easy. Bye-bye.